హాయ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, వెల్కమ్ టు మై ఛానల్ అజ్హర్ టెక్ వరల్డ్. ఈరోజు ఎన్సీఆర్టీ క్లాస్ 10th యూనిట్ 2 లాంగ్ వాక్ టు ఫ్రీడమ్ బై నెల్సన్ మండేలా. దిస్ ఈజ్ ఏ వీడియో ఆఫ్ రీడింగ్. ఎవరైనా సరే రీడింగ్ బాగా చేసినట్లయితే దే క్యాన్ అండర్స్టాండ్ అండ్ దెన్ దే క్యాన్ రైట్ బై ఓన్. కాబట్టి ఇంగ్లీష్ అన్నిటికంటే మూలము రీడింగ్ కాబట్టి ఈరోజు రీడింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాము. దిస్ వీడియో 2 parts. One is first one and next one. Okay, my dear students and my friends, before going to start, I would like to request, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel. Thank you. Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. My dear friends, today we are going to reading this lesson. Now, who is the author of this unit lesson? Nelson Mandela, Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. Before you read, apartheid is a political system that separates people according to their race. Can you say which of the 3 countries named below had such a political system until very recently? Number 1, United States of America. Number 2, South Africa. Number 3, Australia. Have you heard of Nelson Mandela? Mandela and his African National Congress spent a lifetime fighting against apartheid. Mandela had to spend 30 years in prison. Finally, democratic elections were held in South Africa in 1994, and Mandela became the first black president of new nation. In this extract from autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom, Mandela speaks about a historic occasion, the inauguration. Can you guess what the occasion might be? Check your guess with this news item from the BBC of 10th May 1994. Mandela becomes South Africa's first black president. Nelson Mandela has become South Africa's first black president after more than 3 centuries of white rules. Mr. Mandela's African National Congress ANC party won 252 of 400 seats in the first democratic election of South Africa history. The inauguration ceremony took place in the Union Buildings Amphitheatre in Pretoria today, attended by politicians and dignitaries from more than 140 countries around the world. Never again will this beautiful land experience the oppression of any of one by another, said Nelson Mandela in his address. Jubilant scenes on the streets of Pretoria followed by the ceremony with blacks, white and colored celebrating together. More than 1 lakh South African men, women and children of all races sang and danced with joy. Activity. In column A or some expression you will find in the text. Make a guess and match each expression with an appropriate meaning from column B. A. Number 1. A rainbow gathering of different colors and nations. B. A great ability almost unimaginable to remain unchanged by suffering, not losing hope, goodness or courage. Column A, second point, the seat of white supremacy, a half secret life, like a life lived in the fading light between sunset and darkness. And a 3, be overwhelmed with a sense of history, a sign of human feelings, goodness, kindness, pity, justice, etc. Column A, resilience that defies the imagination. B, a beautiful coming together of various people like the colors in rainbow. A, fifth one, a glimmer of humanity. B, the center of racial superiority, feel deeply emotional. And sixth one, a twilight existence. B, feel deeply emotional, remembering and understanding all the past events that he have led up to the moment. Now, here main text started from here. 10th May. My dear students, you could see here and listen carefully. 10th May dawned bright and clear. For the past few days, I had been pleasantly besigned by dignitaries and world leaders who were coming to pay their respects before the inauguration. The inauguration would be the largest gathering ever of international leaders on South African soil. Next paragraph. The ceremonies took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheater formed by the Union buildings in Pretoria. For decades, this had been the seat of white supremacy, and now it was the site of the rainbow gathering of different colors and nations for the installation of South Africans' first democratic and non-racial government. On that lovely autumn day, I was accompanied by my daughter Zinani on the podium. Mr. D. Clark was first sworn as secondly deputy president. Then here, my dear students, two words are given meaning. Let's read. To be, beside, by, meaning to be surrounded closely by. Next one. Amphitheater, a building without a roof with many rows of seats rising in a step, typical of ancient Greece and Rome. Okay, now we can see the picture of great leader Nelson Mandela. Now, continuation. Thabo Mbeki was sworn in as first deputy president. When it was my turn, I pledged to obey and uphold the Constitution and to devote myself to the well being of the Republic and its people. And to the assembled guests and watching world, I said, today all of us do, by our presence here, confer glory and hope to newborn liberty out of the experience of an extraordinary human disaster that lasted too long. Must be born a society of which all humanity will be proud. Next paragraph. Who were outlaws not so long ago have today been given the rare privilege to be host the nations of the world on our own soil. We thank all of our distinguished international guests for having come to take possession with the people of our country of what is, after all, a common victory for justice, for peace, for human dignity. We have at last achieved our political emancipation. We pledged ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discriminations. Next paragraph. Never, never, and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. The sun shall never set on so glorious a human achievement. Let freedom reign. God bless Africa. And now, words and their meanings. Confer, a formal word here. Give. We who were outlaws because of its policy of apartheid, many countries had earlier broken off diplomatic relations with South Africa. Emancipation, freedom from restrictions, deprivation, state of not having one's rightful benefit, discrimination, being treated differently or unfavorably. Now, oral comprehension check. Number one, where did the ceremonies take place? These are questions. Can you name any public buildings in India that are made of sandstone? Number two, can you say how 10 May is an autumn day in South Africa? At the beginning of his speech, Mandela mentioned an extraordinary human disaster. What does he mean by this? What is the glorious human achievement he speaks of? Fourth question. What does Mandela thank the international leaders for? Number fifth question. What ideal does he set out for the future of South Africa?